Friends, I'd like to relate to you the experience of Jesus before crucifixion. And it is recorded in chapter 27 of the book of Matthew. I'd like to read some verses about the picture how Jesus before his crucifixion was put to shame and what the Roman soldiers, because of the endorsement of Pilate, have done to him. Open your Bibles to Matthew chapter 27. Let's jump to verse 27. It says, "Then the soldiers of the governor took Jesus into the praetorium and gathered the whole garrison." And verse 28, you notice in verse 28, "They stripped him and put a scarlet robe on him. When they had twisted crown of thorns, they put it on his head and reed in his right hand, and they bowed the knee before him and mocked him, saying, 'Hail, King of the Jews.'" Then take note of verse 30. Verse 30 says, "Then they spat on him and took the reed and struck him on the head. And when they had mocked him, and they took the robe off of him, put his own clothes on him, and led him away to be crucified." Just imagine the experience of Jesus. Just imagine people whom he created did it to him. He spat him, and they mocked him, they insulted him, and said, "This is you wear this because you claim to be the king." But when just they only knew that Jesus really was the king, maybe they have not done it. But the point here, my friend, is that have you experienced the kind of insult that Jesus experiences? I try to think of my experiences. Even spitting on my face, I've not experienced it. Maybe sometimes you complain of the hardships in life, but you look at the suffering of Jesus Christ. Which suffering have you experienced? Have you experienced perspired with blood because of the final crisis? Have you experienced being hungry and thirsty? And above all, have you experienced being mocked by the one you love? Jesus Christ experienced that, and he bore it all in your behalf. Because when you look at Revelation chapters 21 and 22, that's the reason why Jesus pushed it through, why Jesus decided to just accept the insult and the suffering when he had an option to call angels to help him. He did not do it because he wanted you and me to be in his kingdom. That's the very essence of the celebration that we have. I hope that this celebration will give us something to think and to remember. This is the greatest story of all. And when this story cannot move your heart, what else could move your heart? This is a challenge. I'll invite you to pause for a while and think of the marvelous story and think of the unconditional love of Jesus Christ. While we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. Pause for a while. Pause for a while and think of this great challenge, my friend.